Today we are going to talk about fear in diving. It will be a very long topic, so I think I have to make it into part 1, part 2, part 3, because I want to talk about specifically in skill, like for example, like fear when you do mask clearing, so how to solve it, how to do step-by-step kind of things in order to solve it. For example, fear of getting lost in the water, so how I will overcome this kind of thing. Okay. Fear creates stress. So this is the first thing. What stress can do to your body physiologically? Okay, the first one will be muscle tense up. Okay, what's muscle tense up? When you dive in, you see somebody holding their fist, or you can touch their hand or their leg, the muscle tense up. Okay, this muscle tense up is it can't perform a certain task because it is tense up. So basically, this is what happens. Normally we do this, and now we do this. Okay, certain muscle tense up you can't see. For example, those muscles in between your nose and your mouth. Okay, for example, some of the student divers can't perform nose or mouth breathe out. Normally, I ask my student divers before they go into the water, I'll ask them to breathe out with the nose, breathe out with the mouth, breathe out with the nose with the mouth open. Okay, they can do it. And then when they go underwater, they can't do it. So this is what happened. Okay, because of one of the reasons. Okay, the second things that physiologically they will do to you under stress and fear, okay, is your focus is narrowing. Your focus narrowing means that yes, you can focus onto something. If you trust the instructor, you still listen to it, but then you can't perform the task in a different environment, or you can't perform few tasks together. And the third one is the rapid breathing. Okay, due to the heart rate increasing. The heart rate, okay, this is a very familiar feeling. That okay, what's bad is it leads to the rapid breathing. The short breathing will make you tired and also very hard to control your buoyancy when you do a certain skill, and then your focus even worse, and also making your even more tense up because of the short breathing. Okay. Look at fear as an indicator, okay, to what you should work hard on in order to avoid dealing with panics and also the phobia. You don't want this fear to develop into panics or a phobia. The first one is it's very hard for them to multitask or to be aware of things. Okay, the second one will be they cannot respond properly. Cannot respond properly, like as I said, when they tense up, when it start to turn, it's just hard. And then they got tired easily. Some of the student divers or some of the divers, they get very tired after a dive. You don't understand, and they don't understand as well, because it's like not really a strong current, not really very deep dive or a lot of dive. No, and every dive they're so tired. Why? Just imagine you tense up your muscle for 2 hours or for 1 hour, and it is really tiring. Okay, and also the breathing, the rapid breathing, when you and you tense up all the muscles, okay, it tends to make you really tight. Because why? Because you are shallow breathing without knowing as well. Okay, and some people can't even feel the lung volume at all. Okay, and then so they keep on floating up, sinking, floating up, sinking, floating up, sinking. Right? Well, that's tiring. And you go into a bad cycle, you develop more fear, okay, create more stress, and then this and this. Okay, so how to solve it? We have to break either one of them. It's not easy to ask you not to fear. It's certainly not easy. Okay, so let's go into this. Okay, at least you know that the muscle tense up is one of the things. Okay, so when I teach, right, underwater, if you found that they're really tense up, okay, you have to stop everything, you come out and tell them relax because you really tense up. Ask them to feel themselves, or before they go into the water, you tell them first, okay, to feel, relax first. Before they do anything, you really have to relax first, because this tense will actually consume energy and make your heart rate, make you a bad cycle. Okay, the second one will be the focus narrowing. Their focus is narrowing already. They can't really do a few things at the same time. So do whatever they're comfortable with. Make sure that they are easy with all those skills. And then when you teach a really stressful or a skill that is more difficult to them, particularly, then when they perform together, you have to, as a diver, you perform everything together. You don't do each one of that or of them. No. You perform together. Okay. And because the rest is easy, it's easier for him to deal with the stress of a skill that that they fear of. For example, like take off mask underwater. Right? Then the third one will be breathing rapid due to the heart rate increasing. You can't control your heart rate. Forget about it. Okay, I mean it's possible. You can do the yoga style of then it's possible. Okay, but I'm not really sure. But at least you can control your breathing. So if you can change your breathing pattern when you found the heart rate is like really increasing, then that is a lot. Okay, so by breaking this, you're breaking the cycle. So when you break the cycle, okay, then we talk about how to develop our confidence towards a certain skill or certain situations, or for example, fighting current. For example, too many examples. Okay, thank you.